a shame. I couldn't get tickets to go to the concert, but at least I can watch the show online because they're live streaming it on the TV. Oh man, Undead really is just the best unit out there. Especially you, Rei Sakuma. You really are my favorite idol. What would I do without you? Okay, wait. Here's the actual intro. Have you ever felt like you really knew a celebrity? Like they understood you? Our girl sure has. And in today's world, that feeling is actually pretty common. It's called parasocial relationships. Curious to learn more? Let's dive deep into what they are, how they develop, their effects, how the online world reshapes them, and finally, how they play out in a community. Let's get to know what parasocial or the word parasocial relationships mean. And for ease sakes, I'll be calling parasocial relationships PSRs. The word parasocial relationship was first coined and defined by Donald Horton and R. Richard Hole in 1956. They describe these relationships as where audience feel intimacy with media personalities despite no real interactions. PSRs can happen with anyone, so influencers, celebrities, and even fictional characters. Now, how does a stranger on a screen become a best friend in our minds? It isn't random, it's a gradual psychological construction. In the article Bonding Beyond the Screens, there's many ways that a PSR can develop. According to a study done by Dibble, Hartman, and Rosen 2016, the foundation of a PSR comes from the constant exposure to a media figure. When audience repeatedly watch, follow, or engage with a personality, they begin to feel familiar with them, similar to how a real relationship forms over time. Not only that, media personalities tend to share a lot about themselves and their personal lives. When media personalities share personal details, fans interpret it as intimacy. In the same article, a survey was done by Chong and Cho found that social media posts, live streams, shared interest, values, language, or personality traits create a sense of connection content acting as invitations to friendship. Together, these ideas show that parasocial relationships are not formed randomly, but gradually built through repeated exposure and perceived intimacy, setting the stage for understanding how these one-sided connections can meaningfully influence individuals in both positive and negative ways. Now that we have the general idea of what PSRs are, why should we care about them? Well, because they affect us as people. PSRs mimic real relationships. They have real effects on our mental health. Parasocial relationships have meaningful psychological and social effects, shaping how individuals feel, behave, and connect with others. Like everything in life, there are good and bads, even for PSRs. For some, PSRs provide a safe harbor. According to a study done by Derek and others in Relationships and Self-Discrepancies, found that individuals with low self-esteem may use PSRs as a way to move closer to their ideal self, an opportunity that they might not experience in real-life relationship. This feeling becomes more tangible, particularly in activities like oshikatsu. Oshikatsu is a Japanese term for actively supporting a favorite person or character, the oshi, often idols, actors, or anime characters. I asked a friend about her experiences with oshikatsu, in which she states, "My oshi is Till. I have a lot of merch of him. Why Till? I like his music and his personality. To me, he's a source of comfort cause he helped me a lot mentally in high school when I was doing PSEO at the U. Oshikatsu is something that's seen as a fun time to show off your support, but of course, too much of something is not great." When asked about her take on when people give their all to a person, she stated, "I love showing my dedication to Till, but I don't worship him, and neither should you with your favorite characters as well. While it's nice supporting your favorite series, idol, creator, it's okay to not buy an album or a merch drop if you don't like it. That doesn't make you any less of a fan, that just means you have personal taste, and that's okay. Also, your quality of life matters more than oshikatsu. If you can't afford groceries, don't buy merch. If you have poor grades, study instead of watching fan cams." By the way, this is my oshi. Her statement highlights the healthy side of fandom, companionship, and motivation, provided that there's a boundary of self-awareness. Overall, it can be simmered down by the article that PSRs can provide emotional support and companionship, increase motivation for self-improvement, and foster belonging. However, PSRs are one-sided relationships and have a negative connotation as it can foster emotional dependency, social withdrawal, and even harmful or obsessive behaviors. The line between fan and obsessive is thin. Yume shipping or self-shipping is where a fan pairs himself, a self-insert character, or a dedicated OC with a fictional character. Similarly to oshikatsu, it is something harmless to partake in at face value. Too much can be worrisome. According to a study done by Christy and Adam, in which they focused on social support and mental health, they found parasocial relationships can lead to emotional dependency and even social withdrawal when they begin to replace real-life interactions. Yume shipping fictional characters or even just real-life personalities, a sense of possessiveness may develop, unwilling to share their friend. A common version of this self-shipping exists in how many East Asian idols are not allowed to have romantic relationship, because it would break the illusion to parasocial fans that the idol is single and available to date. That maybe the fans have a chance, so they can keep on supporting the idol. From perceiving a figure as a true friendship, PSRs can encourage obsessive behaviors, such as extensive monitoring of a celebrity's life or social media activity. In extreme cases, may lead to stalking or harassive behaviors. This leads to horrific cases seen in East Asian idol culture, such as the Sasaeng fans for Korean idols and even Japanese idol fans. All of these photos and titles are taken from the journal Fans Turn Stalkers by Reino. Ultimately, they can escalate into dangerous obsessions where boundaries between fantasy and reality are lost, making balance and self-awareness essential. In today's society, just everything seems possible on the internet, whether it's watching a movie from a streaming platform or online shopping. One major thing we can use with the internet is to connect with people. So long the days waiting for letters as we can receive texts and calls in seconds. Now, how does that affect PSRs? The development of PSRs have been reshaped through social media. In the past, the only way you can get to know your favorite celebrities more is from news outlets, tabloids, and interviews, but even then, they were so far between. Nowadays, everybody is posting about everything, and it's just so easy to see what your favorite celebrities might be up to at that moment. In the article by Kowalczyk and Pounders, Transforming Celebrities Through Social Media, this heightened accessibility strengthens parasocial bonds by creating the illusion of a two-way communication, where consumers feel that celebrities are talking directly to them. As a result, celebrities gain increased persuasive power over audiences. Streamers can encounter this the strongest as they can directly talk to chat. So think of specifically sponsorship products. Even so, I remember that there were cases where celebrities are just seen with the item and suddenly the item blows up. Social media doesn't just make PSRs stronger, it makes them feel more real, interactive, and influential in our everyday lives. But these connections don't exist in isolation. Once fans form strong bonds with a celebrity, they often seek out others who feel the same way. And that's where things expand beyond the individual. They also shape how we connect with each other. Found someone you really like? Well, guess what? There's probably a whole group of people who do too. PSRs extend beyond individual by shaping fandom communities, strengthening group identity while sometimes feeling conflict and hostility. According to a 2025 study by Forner and colleagues on digital fandom behavior, The Dark Side of Fandoms, emphasized that modern digital communities enable continuous interaction with celebrities and other fans, which strengthens both parasocial bond and collective identity formation. In this article, PSRs are positively associated with in-group identification, out-group hostility, and behavioral aggression towards rival fandoms. This suggests that stronger emotional bonds with celebrities to not only enhance personal attachment, but also intensify intergroup dynamics within fandom culture. Furthermore, social media platforms provide fans with ways to easily connect and meet up with other like-minded fans. parasocial relationships don't just stay between the fan and the star, they bleed out into how we treat others. A prime example is the 227 incident involving a Chinese actor. This is Xiao Zhan, and he is an idol with a very loyal fan base. In 2019, he rose to mainstream fame as he starred in a boys' love drama called The Untamed, which split his audience into two major groups. Loyalists who support him directly and prioritize his individual image, and CP/shipping fans who engage with fictional pairings. In early 2020, a shipping fanfic about Wei Ying and Lang Wanji, the character that Xiao Zhan and his co-actor played, was posted on AO3, a popular fanfiction website, and became the catalyst for conflict, with loyalists mobilizing mass reporting campaigns against the work and the platform, while CP fans defended it as a part of fandom expression, which eventually contributed to AO3 becoming inaccessible in China and drawing in wider communities beyond the original dispute. This led to an overall boycott and destruction of Xiao Zhan's name, despite him doing absolutely nothing. His fans who worked so hard to defend their idol destroyed his career overnight. But not to worry, as they also managed to rebuild it. Xiao Zhan released a single called Spotlight without prior promotion, but immediately broke records, becoming the fastest selling digital track in China. Why is that? Because the fans came together and bought and streamed the song like crazy. This illustrates the double-edged sword of fandoms. The same collective power that broke records for a single also caused turmoil in his career in the internet. So long AO3 in mainland China, all because of Yaoi. In conclusion, parasocial relationships are pretty much inevitable in today's internet-driven world, and they're only going to keep evolving. In a world where there's really so much going on, it's only natural to seek comfort in the stories and people we see on our screens. PSRs are not inherently crazy or bad. However, as we've seen, these relationships require a reality check. Whether you are participating in oshikatsu or just following a favorite YouTuber, the goal is to enhance your life, not replace it. As the digital world continues to blur the lines between fan and friend, the most important thing we can do is stay grounded. Support your favorites, buy merch if you can afford it, but also just make sure to touch grass. Thank you for watching!